Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Tree City Fan and Pitch Points, the review of the Luton game. Let's see who's out here as well. Um, Hugh Bella says, welcome. Hugh Bella says, terrible game. Do that on a Wednesday. We're out. I don't know what you're talking about. You won 5-1. Do what on a Wednesday? What are we talking about here? Let's get some perspective. I'm not sure what this is all about. Explain yourself so we can understand what you're talking about, because 5-1 is a win. 3 points takes you top of the league. Do that on Wednesday, you win the game, 5-1. Let's see who else is on the show. We'll just talk about the game real quick. Patrick is not able to be. Hi, Veta. How are you? Good to see you. Let me know if you can join the show. If you want to join the show, let me know. I can send you the link. In fact, let me try to see if I can invite you to the show to give us a perspective as well. Veta, I'm going to post it in the WhatsApp group, so take a look. It should be there right now. Adam, join the show. Anybody who's available, join the show. This is going to be a very short one. It's not going to be long. So join the show if you can. It's been a while since I've been on the show. Patrick is not feeling well today, so he asked me to hold the fort and talk through the review of the game. Again, Hugh says missed chances against Luton, third and bottom. Yep, it's football, but the bottom line is you score 5 goals. What if you didn't score any? And you had you had a few players who were out there, not there on the field. Foden wasn't there, Walker wasn't there, Stone wasn't there, Jack wasn't there. You still won 5-1. So yeah, you can't look at football like that, mate. You have to look at football in perspective. So this idea of do that Wednesday you're out, it's absolute nonsense. Let's talk some facts, and let's make sure we're ready for the game on Wednesdays. Talk like that, it's not going to help us at all. Let's pick up the boys, let's lodge up the boys, and we will Wednesday we'll get through to the next round. So give a few minutes. Let's get some people on the show. Let me see who else can join us. Adam, if you're out there, join the show, please. Join the show so we can do the review of the game. Lineups, starting with the lineups. I was, unfortunately for me, when this game started, I had to go watch a game because I'm also playing with my U15s. So I was able to kind of watch from my phone, but I was out scouting the game. When the lineups came out, it didn't surprise me at all, given the fact that we have a big game on Wednesday. I felt that we had to rotate lots of players. Where there's been rumors of Rodri being arrested, calling for arrest, and people were scared that without Rodri can't win a game. I thought that Kovacic did exactly what he was supposed to do. I thought he was brilliant. Lachelle Blue, good afternoon, mate. Good to see you here. Yep. Hugh says best wishes to Patrick. He will get his wishes. Let's just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's going through quite a bit right now. So I'm just going to share my screen and we will just talk through the lineups, the games, etc. Let me see. Here we are, right? So the lineup came up and we had Rico Lewis, right back, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Josko Vardio, Mateo Kovacic, Matheus Nunes, Alvarez, De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, and Erling Braut Haaland in the game. Sheffield with their back 8. They had a back 9 at one point, man. They had these players basically in the back. The only one I know who's there, who's good. And Chong is good. He's played for United. Barkley's decent. Onyedima, the right wing back, did his best against Doku, but conceded a penalty. Those are really the good players that they have. They're really just a championship team playing in the Premier League and fighting. So lineup came out and I wasn't worried at all. This is more than enough to beat Luton Town. In fact, I think even in the FA Cup game, the second leg, or the first leg of the FA Cup game we played against Luton Town a few weeks ago, I believe this was similar to the lineup that we played, and it was 6-2 that day. It was close enough. But Alvarez, De Bruyne, Doku, Haaland, Nunes, Kovacic, Kanji, Diaz, Lewis, Edison, and Josko Guardiola. 5-1 was the scoreline. First half was 1-0. I was hearing the tweets from people saying how many chances that they missed. Yeah, as long as you're creating those chances, you can miss them all you want, as long as you're ahead. Second half was absolutely much better with 4 goals in the second half. The performance was good. I'll just talk about individuals real quick. Let's see who else is on the show with us. Lachelle Blue says, Kovacic played today and he will not be in the lineup on Wednesday against Madrid. Yeah, he's played, I believe it's now at least 90 minutes back to back. I thought he did well against Madrid, to be fair to him. He just kept the ball, kept ticking, didn't cause many problems. I thought he did well to help us out with at the back there as well. So yeah, he probably won't do that. Patrick says, big up, brother. Patrick, good to see you here. Rest up, rest, mate, get well, get healed, come back strong. We miss you. Nobody does this like you can do. So we really miss you. I hope you come back soon. Let's just talk about the players essentially. So it's good to have Edison back. And I know this debate between Edison and Ortega is one that keeps raging on. I believe Pep was asked the question, who is the number one, Edison or Ortega? And I think he flatly said Edison is the number one, unquestionably. And rightly so, because he gives us so much in terms of how we play the ball, the man-to-man pressing that teams try to play against us, playing all balls in behind. Ortega, on the other hand, is not too far behind, to be fair. The guy's an excellent shot stopper. He is just brilliant at shot stopping. Absolutely incredible. 1v1, great goalkeeper. His short passes are really, really good. Long passes are a little not as good as Edison, but I thought that he's also just as good. I think he's going to stay. There's this whole rumor about him leaving, that he wants more game time and yada, yada. I think it's a money play. I really think it's a money play. I think he just wants more money for the last contract that he's going to get. Give him more money. I always say to Patrick and I said, make him an offer he can't refuse. Over here, he's going to win titles. He plays all the cup games, right? The FA Cup, Carabao Cup. He plays all those games, and he plays the occasional Premier League games and some of the Champions League games. Make him an offer he can't refuse to keep him happy, keep him here as much as he can. Thoughts on Nunes? Yeah, I think Nunes is going to need a lot of time, guys, to get up to speed. Let's not forget, a lot of these guys, this is their first season at City, right? That goal that Nunes created was basically his first touch. And that's what Pep said all the time, that Nunes needs to improve his first touch. His first touch is not, in my opinion, at the level of the club. He's going to have to work on that, right? These are elemental things that 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds are learning in football about the first touch. Edison passes him the ball, nice clean ball, crisp, nice on the ground, nice flat ball, and he miscontrols it, gives up the ball right in the middle of the pitch, and then they get out, they run in, Buckley rolls in, and then scores the goal. So it's up to him. That was really all him. Also, his final third finishing also needs to be worked on. He needs to really improve if he's going to stay at the club or if he's going to be sold. Brian, so that's my thought on Nunes. Let me know what you guys think about Nunes as well. Other players, that Rico was decent. I think Rico is, in my opinion, he's best positioned in midfield. I don't like him in the defense. I think he's too lightweight in defense, and he gets overrun, slaughtered on the run, 1v1, gets really, really pressured and loses the ball, or he just gets overpowered. I think he's better in the central position, but he did a job. That's all we can ask for. Ruben, rating got a 7.6. I thought it was fair, decent, nothing to write home about. Manu Akanji, 17 million pounds. What a Rolls Royce of a player. Guy can play anywhere across the back line, central, left, right. Can even try to invert into midfield. He's such a player. We're so blessed to have him. What a player. 70 million pounds, one of the best buys, or one of the best return on investments that we've seen in the Premier League. Imagine how much this guy will be sold for today. Anybody wants Manuel Akanji, we're talking about probably 60, 75 million, 80 million pounds for him right now. So kudos to him. Let's talk about our boy, Josko Guardiola. I mean, this guy got slaughtered by many, many fans in our fan base at the start of the season because he kept giving the ball away. People forget to remember that this guy's just joining the club. He's a center back playing in this left back position, but he's just so good. He's technically brilliant on the ball, off the ball. His running, his control, his vision, his ability to kind of get goals outside the box. Today again was another right-footed shot outside the box. Let's not forget this guy's a left-footed player, but his right foot is a rocket too. That's now back-to-back goals, both for Madrid and also for City at the Luton. So no wonder he gets an 8.7 rating and a goal. We've talked about Nunez. I just think he needs to improve more in his game. He won't get much time because the squad is stacked. He's going to have to kind of earn his stripes again to get another start. I thought Kovacic was the quiet general, just keeping the game moving, playing that number 6 position, keeping the game moving. Didn't do any risky passes. His game is more of a short passing game, like a Gundogan kind of game, as opposed to Rodri, who can play short, can play long, play short, can play long. But he did the job. And that was good because he gave Rodri a rest. We've always talked about giving Rodri a rest, and he gave Rodri a rest. Man City Portmore, how are you, brother? He says Nunes is a good player and will only get better with time. That is correct. He's only going to get better with time. We always forget that this guy's in their first year of the club, right? If we can give Jack Grealish time, and we can give Leroy Sané time, Riyad Mahrez time, even Phil Foden, we gave him time. We gave him many, many years, right, to get up to speed. Why can't we give Matías Nunes more time to figure out himself in the team and what his role is? So I agree. He needs more time. The Chel Blue, Guardiola is just a superstar, mate. He's just a superstar. The guy's 21, 22 years old, and he's playing like that with all that confidence. He's just a superstar. He will be one of the best center backs, left backs, probably in the league. It won't surprise me if this guy begins to play in a year or two the Rodri role, right? Inverting into midfield and controlling the game alongside Rodri or any other person that we have. But he is a star. He's an absolute star. One of our favorite players in the team. So Kovacic, yeah, again, the general just kept things ticking. Another good buy for £25 million or so from Chelsea. Stepping into the field when Rodri's not available, something Calvin Phillips could not do. Kovacic was able to do it and do it well. We'll go to De Bruyne, playing that number 10 role again, and another 9.1 rating. De Bruyne is just De Bruyne. When he's on it, he's on it. He's just the midfield maestro. He's just a magician. Creates things out of nothing. The first goal that we score, Haaland should have taken that goal. It was on his right foot. He needs to work on his right foot. He needs to work on that right foot. But that ball was a wonderful ball, breaking the lines of 3 different players through to Haaland, 1v1 with the keeper, and he should have finished it. But De Bruyne is De Bruyne. I'm glad that he's fit. He's not sick. And hopefully he's back for the game on Wednesday, because I can tell you, Madrid are terrified of this guy. Terrified. So much so that some people say, allegedly, that food that he ate was something sinister that was put in his food, not by City, but probably by another club that we went to visit. So it's very interesting to see what will happen. But again, I thought that De Bruyne was incredible. Alvarez, I didn't see much of him. I think he was floating around. Was he good? Probably not. Was he bad? Maybe not as good as we want him to be. But I thought he had maybe 6.5, 7 over 10. The weird thing about Alvarez is that I really think that the games that he will come alive in is like Madrid, right? Like Barcelona, like Bayern Munich. Those are the games that Alvarez just comes alive in, right? Those games where it's like the open game, Spanish, or Champions League. That's kind of the game that he really likes to really come alive in, if you would. Or when he's playing that number 9, when Erling's not available, he's able to run in behind, play the false 9, connect with the likes of the midfielder like Foden and De Bruyne, just connect and play that false 9. One thing I like about him is that he presses. We know Erling doesn't press for whatever reason, but Alvarez is always pressing, always working, always running to get the ball, to make options, to always try to do something, right, with the ball, to win the ball back. So again, let's give him time. He's just 23 or so, more time. And he's competing with Erling Haaland. With Erling Haaland, I still think he can do more. I really do think he can do more. I think he's doing okay, but I think that In moments, he just needs to be ruthless. We want the Erling of last year, the killer Erling in the box. This version of Erling, you can do better. You can do so much better. But the first goal, if he doesn't take the shot, it doesn't go in. You got to take the shot. So kudos to him. The last person I want to talk about is our boy Jeremy Bafodoku. Again, he's so good on the left-hand side, dribbling with the ball, encouraged to dribble, taking players on, creating chances, taking players on 1v1. It was so good that Oyedime had to be substituted with a hamstring injury or calf injury. Completely ruined the guy on that side, and then got the penalty, which Erling scored, and then got his own goal, which he took so well, dribbling 2 or 3 players in the box, shooting right into the corner of the goal to make it 4-1, I believe. Magnificent, Jeremy. Kudos to you. One thing I like about this guy is he's gonna try. He's gonna try and take a shot. He's gonna try and dribble. He's gonna try and run in behind. He's gonna try those things, which makes him unpredictable and tricky. So kudos to him. Overall, for the manager, I'm going to give the manager a 9/10. Good rotation. Foden rested. Stones rested. Walker rested. Ake on the bench rested. De Bruyne legs out. Right. Haaland gets his legs out. You have Jeremy playing. Bernardo rested. All these guys were all rested. All of them, 5 or 6 players were rested. Jack rested for the game on Wednesday. So perfect rotation. A good game. Good result, top of the league. No more goals scored so far, and we are sailing again. So I'm really pleased with the performance. Really good performance. I enjoyed it, and there we are. All right. If there are no more comments out there, just want to say, Patrick, get well soon. We shall be doing a Champions League preview game on Monday. So if you're available, let us know in the chat. We're going to have a second leg preview show. Going to go into the details of the game against Madrid, what happened in the first game, what Madrid are going to do in the second game. I can tell you what they're going to do, how they're going to play, what we need to do to counteract them, and what the result is going to be if we do these things. So look out for that. We're also going to do a Bayern Arsenal preview, talk about what Bayern are going to do against Arsenal, how they're going to win. And then we do Barcelona, PSG, and Athletic Dortmund. So we'll do all the games preview on Monday. Look out for that on True City Fan, on Pitch Points, on Vader Games TV, on our channels. So till then, thank you. And thanks, guys, for joining. The Chell Blue, again, thanks for joining, buddy. You are excellent. Hugh Bella, thank you for joining. You are magnificent. Kudos to you. Portmore, right on, brother. Thank you very much for joining. Brian, thank you for joining and for your comments. Veta, thank you for joining and your comments. For all the love and wishes out there, thank you so much. We will see you soon. Check it out tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun.